welcome to Southern Health Podcasts. My name is Sarah Reid and I'm a comms manager at Southern Health. Recently I had the pleasure of interviewing a young lady who wished to remain anonymous about the service that she'd received from our enhanced mental health primary care team. She went to the doctors to seek help for her mental health, and she was appointed a mental health nurse and was put in touch with a peer support worker called Suzanne. Hopefully this podcast will show you that mental health affects everyone, having good mental health or suffering with bad mental health, whatever your religion and whatever your background. So to seek help is so important to keep your mental health good. So here's her story.
So I would like to say I am Sikh, I am Indian, and I know that could. Before I didn't want to say that, I just didn't want to say that, but I would like to say that now because I know culturally a lot of Asians, Indian, Sikh women, they will never get help. They just think that's the way you're supposed to grow up. It's embedded in you, everything that you've learned as you grow up, what you've seen mums, sisters, aunties doing. But it does not have to be like that. You think it's a permanent rule or it's a permanent way of life, but the moment you find out that it's your own life and you can do whatever you want to do every single day, is a moment that you like your mind is freer. So what you think will happen, it might happen, but it will blow over, and by the end of it, you'll be in the position you wanted to be in. And be happy. When I found myself in quite a dark place that I couldn't think for my happiness, all I was doing is looking after my kids, making sure they're getting everything they need every day. And all I was doing is like staring in one place, not knowing what to think about, not knowing what I'm going to be doing, what my future is. And then I knew that I didn't want to, I can't do that, even if I wanted to, because I've got 2 children. And then being referred from the doctors to say that we have got a mental health coach within our surgery, just having that trust that surgery is quite a private thing when you go to a surgery. So I thought I can get help without anyone knowing. So when I started that, I thought I had my normal like nerves and everything, but I thought so nice just I'm not even doing anything, I'm just talking, and to be able to talk and just say what you're actually feeling was me feeling better already. Because you can't talk to, in my culture, you can't really say I'm feeling like this or I'm having a bad day. It's just like doing what you're supposed to be doing. So you can't really, even if it was a sister or brother, you don't really talk about your feelings at all. So to be able to talk to a random person about your situation is a big help in its own. Yeah.
And what happened after that? So you got referred by the doctor to the mental health nurse, and then how did you come across Suzanne?
So when she had a few sessions with me, she used to tell me things that could maybe help me refer, like a group, what's it called? A compassionate friend group happening on, she said, I think it was like 11 o'clock. Even the times and dates suited me at the time, because I wasn't in work and my children were at school. And I asked my questions like who would be there, how many people, everything like that. They were happy to answer all the questions, and I think I just said, okay, I'll do it. And then I think how comfortable they make you, like if you don't like it, you don't need to be there. There's no sort of like contract to sign or anything. And then when I did get there was only 3 other ladies, and I think one was my age, and then the other 2 were a bit older. And we just sat in like around the table just talking. It wasn't like a formal. I felt there was a lot of comfort in the room. So there's no one like going to be judging you, or no one's like, oh, she's making it up, or she's this, or she's doing that, or it was just like you don't have to build up. Everybody's on the same level at that point in that room. And then when I think when Suzanne listened to me, and then when I heard her speak, I just thought, like, I wish I had someone like that. And I don't know if you felt the same, because you said to me that I'd love to work with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I was looking across to my actual mental health coach worker, like, which she's lovely and she knows exactly what she's supposed to be doing and everything. But I was thinking, like, I hope she doesn't feel bad that I think that I would love to work with this other lady. And then I just thought that can not really happen. But when you said, like, oh, I'd like to see your notes or get in contact or help, I was like, it doesn't just stay at here, there's like progression. I think that was what a lot of the other ladies thought, like, where does it go from here? But yeah.
So it sounds like it kind of just sort of evolved from that group, that you'd had support from the mental health nurse, but you've gone to this compassionate friends group, is it?
Yeah, it's a psychological based course, a 4-week course.
Oh right, okay.
To help people with mental health issues.
Yeah.
To recognise that they need to be their own best friends. How you treat other people, do that to yourself also. You know, you wouldn't be unkind to someone else.
Yeah.
So it's about putting your own oxygen mask on first. And it's a really, really good course, and gets you thinking, doesn't it?
It's literally the simplest things we did. And it was just the ladies that were helping us would say repeat things like, what would your own, what was it called? Your own compassionate friend. What would how would your own compassionate friend feel? Or just the simplest things. It's like, oh, that wouldn't be very nice, would it? Or just thinking for yourself, which I think we all needed that.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you, Sally, describe what difference, if you had to put, say, maybe 1 or 2 differences has this made to your life, what would they be?
I know if going in that group has made a massive difference to me, because when I started going in that group, I knew I couldn't really, like, I needed someone to push me. I couldn't really, like, right, you need to get up today, you need to do that. I couldn't do that myself. I could do it for my children, but I couldn't do it for myself. So I knew I needed someone to push me. So just saying yes to these groups, and it doesn't even have to be talking about myself. Hearing the other ladies in the group, just knowing that someone else is doing better, helped me a lot. Like, just talking, and I remember some ladies used to come very emotional at the beginning, but by the end of it, we were laughing, and we were making each other feel better. So I just think, like, there's not just me that feels like this every day. It's not just me that has problems, or I'm being negative, or is a lot of people feel really down a lot of the time. And just to do, like, this little group to remind ourselves that we need to do better for ourselves and respect ourselves, and just think about ourselves and what we want to do. And if we want to be happy, like, our life is in our control. But yeah, from there, I don't think I've gone backwards, because Suzanne's had a lot of sessions with me after then. I think I've said to you that you help me a lot every time I've seen you. It just, every couple of weeks, that reminder, like, you're doing well, like, you're not going back into that place you were before. You're still thinking that doing things for yourself is good, still putting yourself first. And I think that's what helps me, having that reminder. And when that goes away, I don't know if I worry. I'd love to one day not worry that I don't need that push. But then hopefully I'm just with people that just remind me that I'm all right. Yeah.
And I guess some of the things that the service gives you is those coping mechanisms, maybe. Some training around how to be kind to yourself, and those techniques that will help
I think I've realised myself, like, don't think every day is going to be great from here just because you've been to a group. Like, you might still have those down days, but like, it will always be like that. So just the way to like deal with those days, I think what helped me a lot is, like, if you do feel like that, give yourself time to feel like that. But then after you've given yourself time, know that you can feel better after that. It doesn't, you have to stay like that for days or weeks. You've given yourself that time, if you want to stay in bed or if you want to just sit in one place or whatever it is. But after that time, just like pick yourself up. At the end of each day, say 3 things that you liked about your day, even if you went and walked to the shop, or if you said something nice to somebody, or whatever it could be, or write on a notepad the things that make you nervous or scared before bed and put them outside your room. At that time when you are feeling down, you think, oh, should I just do that? Because I have written in my notes before everything that's made me upset, or why am I feeling like this, and to write it down and see, like, that's what it is, and just see what I'll do from there. I do think obviously these things are there for a reason, because they've helped people.
One last question perhaps is, what advice would you give to someone in a similar situation to you?
I would say, when you have that thought that I'd love for someone to help me, or I'd love to be out of this situation, just remember that you're not trapped. Like, it's not you're not permanently held down. Like, there is help there. You can just talk to people that are there, like your doctors or a friend that you've met outside, or it will lead you to like helping yourself. And helping yourself is much better than staying in a situation that you're not happy with. If you're not happy, just don't think to yourself that's what it is. There's always a way of, even though it might not happen straight away, you can go towards being happier, even if there's little changes of how you feel about yourself. I think before I got in my situation, all my family around me, which family know you from the beginning, so they around me, we never thought it'd be you that, as like, I used to be the loudest in the family. I used to be the one arguing with my dad and saying, I don't agree with what you're saying. I used to be the one, no, I don't think that, when everybody else is thinking the same thing. But what they saw of me after like my situation, they were like, you are not yourself. So when I now they're probably just happy to see me back to like talking and being myself. Do
they know you've had support?
I do. I don't go home and say, like, I don't go home and talk about it. But when someone asks you, we're like, where are you going? I do sort of just say, oh, it's just I'm still not, like, I've actually started to say, like, I get help in being assertive. If I've said something confidently, I'm like, yeah, good. Well, this is what I've been practicing. I'm glad that I'm saying that. This is what I've learned. That's what I need to be doing. It's, if no one can see that I'm nervous about what I'm saying, I'm just saying the right thing, and all you get from doing these things is respect. That's what I've learned. Like, they see that like you say, don't give your time easily to anyone. Don't just say yes to anyone easily, and say, oh, let me give you time to think about that and I'll get back to you. And that little sentence helps me so much, because before I'd be like, yeah, I can do that, I'll drop everything, come in, this,
That's a good lesson to learn for all of us, isn't it? Let me think about that, give me some time.
Yeah, because what can they say? Oh, you need to think about that. Boy, yeah, I do. There's a lot of things, even with the booklet, like, it just, because you're writing bits down, it just embeds in your head of where you were and then like now, like, oh, is that what I used to think, or is that how I used to feel?
Yeah.
Then you can be proud of yourself and think, I've come such a long way.
That's good to see.
Yeah.
That's very good to see.
You have helped me a lot. I don't know how much you know that, but every day I think like, oh, what was Suzanne tell me? What would she say to me? I would think that.
Watching you do.
Honestly, I do feel like I am blessed to get help, because not everybody gets that person. They might not get that chance, but hopefully people do get that chance that they need help.
Yeah, I think the peer recovery role is really important now. So there are peer recovery workers who work in CMHT, with people with psychosis and such like, but in the GP surgery is so important so that people get it at the early stages. It is more preventative, so before it escalates to.
Because that is a
something
new
much
thing, I
worse.
think, having a mental health coach at the surgery.
Yeah.
That's exactly what exactly what this is about.
And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's really, like, each surgery's got their own mental health coach.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to go to surgery because you've broken something or you've
Exactly.
got a rash or something. It's just like, my mental health's not good, I need to go to the surgery to see the mental health coach, because my mind needs help. I need help. But yeah, that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Knowing that there's someone that's just at the surgery for that specific thing, because you don't need to go. It's not like you don't need to go searching for a counsellor or a therapist. It's like someone's just there for your things that go on. Yeah.
That was really well said.
Very well said.
Really well said.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that, because I think that's really important, because I think that will encourage more people to make it just part of your health.
Yeah.
You go to your GP for, as you say, if you've got a rash or something, but why not go to your GP if your mind is struggling with your day-to-day life? That's part of your health, isn't it? And that demystifies and breaks down the barriers of accessing mental health services as just being part of your whole being, isn't it? And looking after yourself.
And nowadays, where very often it's just a telephone call with your doctor,
Yeah.
at least you can go into the surgery and see somebody face to face.
Yeah.
So both a mental health nurse and peer recovery worker, it's largely face to face, and I think that is, like, especially after lockdown, that's so important.
I was actually shocked that we could meet at a coffee shop.
Oh yeah, so we're working.
I was meant to say,
yeah.
Yeah, so that was like, it wasn't, that in itself is just comfortable.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're meeting a friend for a coffee.
Yeah.
Basically.
And that's what that peer support role gives, doesn't it? It gives that kind of more informal chat, the trust. It's like a friend, isn't it? It's a compassionate friend, really.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. This has gone so much better. And you've done so well, both of you.
Just honestly.
This is part of your journey, though. I think if you count this experience that you've just done now,
that's what
as part of your recovery, because a lot of patients that I speak to through this, when we're trying to tell people stories, this is part of the therapy. This is almost part of the recovery process.
Absolutely.
Is to speak about it and provide that case study or provide that testimonial to someone else that might be in your position right now.
That's why I didn't want to say no. I didn't really want to say no, because why not? Like, why not?
Thank you, Sally, and to Suzanne for telling us their story. If you'd like to find out more about enhanced mental health primary care support, please visit our website www.southernhealth.nhs.uk. If you feel you're in a crisis and need urgent mental health support, please dial 111 and ask to be put through to our mental health triage team, who are able to support you. Thank you.